think whenever we go through a heartbreak, we all do this toxic thing to ourselves. And we know it's bad for us, but we still do it anyway. And that's to blame ourselves. I could have done this. I could have done that. It's all my fault. I could have done that better, but it's this. You're right. We both could have done things differently. But whenever you sit there and you down yourself and you blame yourself for everything until you crawl into this depression, that is now a toxic trait you have that you are doing to yourself. And now you think it's okay to belittle yourself and down yourself like that. You're not perfect, obviously. I'm not perfect, obviously. But hey, none of us are. So of course, there's things that in a relationship where you could have done differently and vice versa, they could have too and whatnot. But I think the most important thing is when a relationship ends, the healing process has to start. And you loving yourself again has to start. But whenever you sit there and start to blame yourself for everything, whether it was partially your fault or not your fault or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's when you start to break your heart on your own. If you ask me, breaking your own heart is way more painful than someone else breaking your heart. Because someone else breaking your heart is something you have no control over. Someone can leave you at any given moment they want to. And that's just the reality of it. It is what it is. You can't control it. You can't control someone. They can do whatever they want as they please, whether it's correct or incorrect actions that they're doing. It's something you can't control. But whenever you break your own heart and you know that you're breaking your heart, that's the saddest thing ever. Because even though you know you shouldn't be doing that and talking to yourself like that and treating yourself that way, you still do it anyway. Because now you're in such a depression that it doesn't matter anymore. You're already in pain, right? Let me just down myself. Let me talk to myself any kind of way. Let me just belittle my own self. Let me go check up on my ex on social media and feed my addiction and down myself. Let me go lurk on all their social medias just to make myself feel better. Let me go ask about them. Let me blame myself that it was all my fault. Let me call myself the toxic one. Let me just take all the blame in hopes that I'm gonna get you back. No. Y'all can't think like that. Like I said, we're not perfect. We all make mistakes. That's the beauty of being a human. Not dumb choices, I mean, yes, but we all make mistakes as humans and that's okay. But a choice you cannot make twice is to break your own heart. Let alone going through a heartbreak is already the most painful thing in the world. It physically hurts your heart. Like it physically hurts and you feel like you can't even get out of bed sometimes. You feel like nothing else matters. You don't even want to shower sometimes because you don't have the energy to get up out of bed. And you do toxic things to yourself or to your body in the meantime as a distraction to numb the pain that you're feeling in the moment over this person when you're just hurting yourself overall. Whenever you think you're helping a situation, you're not helping and you're not healing, you're distracting yourself. And I think we all like to distract ourselves because when we're distracted, we're not thinking about them. But that distraction can only last for so long. Hours, minutes, days, that's it. But when are you really healing? How are you healing? How are you learning how to love yourself all over again? How are you learning how to be without this person? How are you learning how to create a new routine without this person? How are you learning how to be you all over again, except a better version? It's easier said than done. We've all done it. We've all been there. We've all done that. But I think the biggest killer of all is memories. It's not the pictures. It's not the text messages. It's not the little videos. I mean, that plays a part in it too, but it's really not that. It's your mind that plays games on you. And it makes you believe that just because you're going through a breakup and you're sad, you instantly think about all the good times. I remember that one time we went here and we did that and I was so happy in this. And you play games and tricks on yourself. And you mind fuck yourself like that. And then you convince yourself every time you're sad to think of nothing but the happy times. And then you grab your phone, boom, you send a text and you know you shouldn't be doing it because you know you deserve better than that. But you don't care because now your mind has tricked you and made it a routine to play a mind game on you. It's okay to think about the good times, but also whenever you're sad, think about the bad times. Think about what they did to you, how they treated you, how they made you feel, how much tears there was, how you knew they weren't good for you and you just had to find the courage to leave and you finally left. Think about all the things that you never wanted to happen that happened in that relationship, and you knew that you deserved better as it was happening. Think about both. Don't just think about all the good times, because hey, even in old friendships, we have good times. Even in old relationships, they're good times. But there's also a lot of bad times that we push away because we want to play games in our mind that you're like, okay, well, if I think about all the good times, then that means I'm going to extra miss you, and I'm going to grab my phone right now, and I know I shouldn't text you, but I'm still going to text you because now you're on my mind, and I'm thinking about your smile and good things and what you did for me, and you know what, I just feel like I can't be without you now, so now I need you. But I don't need you, but I'm telling myself that I need you because now I'm addicted to the feeling of you. I'm addicted to what we used to be or what I thought we were, instead of what we could have been. Even though I deserve better, I'm addicted to the thought of something that was or that never was. So now I've convinced myself that I need you, and now my mind is filled with you. And then I ask myself why I can't get over you. I ask myself why. It's because I'm checking your social media all the time. You guys can't think like that. That's how you feed the toxic thoughts in your mind, is by feeding your addiction. I'm not saying you're addicted to someone, but you can be addicted to toxic traits in a sense, like checking up on their social media, making a fake account and watching their stuff, checking up on all of them, asking questions to other people about them. And you know that it's gonna piss you off and make you sad, but you still do it anyway. Does that make sense? You know it's bad for you, but now your mind is already playing games with you that even though you know it's bad for you, you still stick around and do it. Life is all about, it's about a fight that you have to win. You have to somehow, some way, it's not easy. You have to win after this breakup, and you have to fight all the addictions or whatever that you want to do and win that. You have to somehow, some way beat your depression. You have to beat your anxiety. You have to beat this, but just day at a time, because I know that it's hard. We all go through depression, anxiety, but life is all about the finish line. But how can you ever even start to get to the finish line if you never actually start? Heartbreaks aren't easy. To me, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's the worst thing in the world. It's the most painful feeling ever. And you feel just so helpless. And the saddest you've ever been. But I want to tell you, you're gonna be okay. And you don't believe me right now, and that's okay. I don't expect you to, because right now, whenever you're hurt, you have a tunnel vision. And every time we're hurt or upset, we have this tunnel vision, and we only see one thing, and that's whatever we want to see. But if you take a step back and actually listen, when has it ever not been okay? It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be sad and be upset and be hurt. And it's okay, I mean, not be hurt, but it's okay to feel that you're hurting. It's okay to feel all these things, but after that, you have to get back up and you have to keep going. And getting up is the hardest part of the day. Let me tell you that right now. When you go through a heartbreak, getting up out of that bed and putting your shoes on is the hardest part of that day. Because that means you chose you instead of them that day. And I am so proud of you for that. Step one is getting the fuck up out of bed and getting your day started, because you know, even though you're in pain, you deserve better. No matter what anyone tells you, no matter what anyone fills your mind with negativity and tries to manipulate you into thinking that you're actually a horrible person, you're not. You're human, and we're all gonna make mistakes. But you have to learn how to be without this person. You have to love yourself. You have to accept what was, accept what is, learn how to let go, start the healing process, learn how to love yourself a little bit more, and know that even though you know it's going to be a hard process, you know you were meant for this, you were built for this, and no matter how hard it's going to be and how hard it's going to get, you were not sent on this earth to shatter. And that's what you have to remember. We're going to break a few times. We're going to fall. But as far as shattering, never. Take your power back from that relationship, that person. Take all your energy back and invest that into yourself. Stop checking up on someone that's not checking on you. Even if they are checking on you, start checking on you. Put all that energy into someone that actually matters and cares about you, which is you, because no one in the world will ever love you the way you can love you. I don't care how much your family or people around you loves you. I don't care, because they love you a lot, but not nearly as much as the power you have in yourself to love who you are. And you cannot love yourself until you start to actually see your worth and love yourself. You have to fall in love with yourself, with or without someone that you're with. You have to take all that power back and put it back to you and be like, I got this. This is gonna be hard, but I deserve better. And I know my worth. And if I don't do it, no one's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna go through a depression, but I'd much rather hurt going through a breakup knowing that I'm doing better for myself than stay there with someone and settle and hurt. That's my thought process. I'd rather have a heartbreak and fix it during a breakup than just sit there and settle with someone that I know is not good for me and break my own fucking heart. You can't control what others do to you in a sense. You can control how you act to yourself. Don't break your own heart trying to love someone else. Instead, learn how to love yourself, and when you do that, you become unstoppable. Everything's gonna be okay. I love you. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. You got through today, and that's all that matters, one day at a time. We're in this together. We're a family here, and I love you guys so much. Please stay up. Please stay blessed. And know that you are worth so much more than what you think, and you are so much stronger. So start to give yourself a little bit more credit, because you are so powerful, and you don't even know it yet. Love you.